We're joined today by head coach Will Healy. To his right is Jeff Gemmel, and to Jeff's right is Chris Reynolds. Coach will start with an opening statement.
Not the way we wanted to play today. I don't think that's a secret to anybody. Felt like anytime we tried to get some momentum going, they were able to take it away from us, and didn't execute very well. Obviously did some things that didn't help ourselves with some turnovers and some penalties, and didn't tackle very well. And it's a really good football team in Buffalo. When you do those things, that's probably the result you're going to get every time. So congratulations to Lance. I know their program first bowl victory. He does an incredible job. He's a really good coach. I enjoyed getting to know him, and I have a lot of respect for their program. And they got after us today. So congratulations to them.
We'll open it up for questions for Coach and the student athletes. A movie, you know. I mean, I told the guys in the locker room, I said, you know, today is not the outcome that I expected or wanted, but these guys have to realize what they've accomplished this year. And you talk about a group that sat in the locker room the last time this happened, and we were 2-5 at Western Kentucky, and you're wondering how you find a way to win another one. Not 5 in a row, just one. And next thing you know, these guys responded, and they led us to play in an unbelievable bowl game in the Bahamas. I can't say enough about the hospitality that was shown all week long. You know, Makers Wanted, the Bahamas, Lee and Richard. I mean, this game is first class. They do it the right way with really good people, and we had a tremendous experience. These guys deserved it. I would have loved to have played better on national television in our first ever bowl game, but we didn't, and I need to go back and figure out what I need to do to make sure that our team is more prepared the next time this happens.
Chris, they were getting after you initially up front. Did that speed up the clock in your head a little bit so they could ball out quick?
They're a great defense. They're very physical. They rally to the ball very well. But honestly, I think we had some self-inflicted wounds, and when you do that against a good team like this, you know, it's just only going to hurt you. So.
Yeah, 4 years with the team, 5 years. It's the best memory I've had. Obviously, this isn't the way you want to finish, but throughout the time.
Yeah. I've thought about this a couple times. You know, this trip will be hard to beat. Being with all my teammates, you'll never get a chance to be at the beach, let alone the Bahamas, you know, with your team. So those guys are my family for life. I just appreciate each and every one of them, and I'm just thankful, you know, trying to show gratitude to everybody I can. The guys sitting next to me, Coach Healy and Chris, you know, these guys, you know, they work extremely hard, and I'm just thankful for them. I'm thankful for the bonds, you know, the brotherhood that has developed over this year, and, you know, going 2-5 and coming back strong. And, you know, it's been, like Coach said, it's been a movie. It's been emotional. It's been a roller coaster. And I wouldn't have traded it for anything.
Either the whole team, obviously, you chose Charlotte, you saw something here you wanted to be here for. Would you have expected to be here? How great was it to at least have gotten here and had the short season you guys had?
Yeah, like, I've said this a couple times, but, like, you know, freshman year, I was aware, and along with, you know, we had 25 guys, and I think maybe like 10 of them are still here, but, you know, we knew the Bahamas Bowl was going to be like, that's what we were shooting for. We knew we could work up from that, and, you know, it finally happened this year, and I'm just thankful for it.
Chris, you've got a couple years left. Where do you see the program going?
Yeah, I mean, we're losing a bunch of great leaders in Jeff Gemmel, Cam Clark, Benny LeMay, Alex Highsmith, those guys. So obviously we're going to have to step up. People like me, Victor Tucker, Marquise Watts. We're definitely going to step up in our leadership roles. And I think we're going to be hungry. You know, this isn't how we wanted to end. I think this is going to motivate us going into the offseason, and we're going to work harder than we ever worked before.
Coach, it has been a season of coming from behind wins.
What's the message to the team in the locker room after this one when you fought back?
Just, I love them. So proud of them. And, now is the first time I think we were able to kind of look back and reflect on what they'd accomplished. It's a special group, and I just can't thank them enough for buying into our culture and our staff, and believing in us enough to respond the way they did. I think that these guys will learn a lot about themselves, things that will help them far beyond football, because of the way they handled this adversity that we went through this year and the way they were able to come out on the other side. If you don't get chill bumps, I got choked up a bunch over the last 2 days with the pep rally, with the tailgate, with the fans that we had in the stands coming all the way to the Bahamas. Football's important at Charlotte, and this has been an unbelievable ride with a great group of young men, and we're not even close to where we're going to be, and so very proud of them, always am, the way they handled themselves all week long. They're professionals, they're grown men, and I wanted this one bad for them, but it's not going to dampen my feelings and my thoughts about what these guys were able to accomplish.
Will a team like this, a season like this, be a standard or the standard?
No, because they've now set a foundation, and they've broken a barrier that hasn't happened before. But Jeff will tell you, and obviously he played in his last game here. The standard and the expectation here should be to win conference championships, and to win bowl games. So we broke through and had a first this year, but the standard is still higher than even what we were able to accomplish.
Go ahead. Jared Patterson, what kind of running back was he?
He top 5 in the nation rushing yards. Like, he's a good back. There were some times we had him, and he's a slippery back. He can get away. So, he's definitely a good back. I think we were better with our tackling. We definitely would have held him to less yards.
Impressive about him, he's a sophomore and he's a captain. Not only does he rush for 1,700 yards, he's a captain of their football team. So I agree. I think there were some things that we could have done better, but give him a lot of credit for the day he had. He was impressive.
What kind of, just how dominant was he, especially in the second half? How hard was it to defend him, especially when he cut steam there?
Yeah, I think they had maybe 86 or 80 rushing yards at halftime, somewhere around in there, and then I don't know what he finished with, but he definitely wore on us. We looked tired, and we fell off on some tackles when we had him. So he seemed to get stronger as the game went on, and he got after us.
Chris, how much was the wind effect?
I really didn't think about it at all much throughout the game. We practiced in, I think, worse conditions on Friday, and I felt comfortable in it. I don't think any other guys were too worried about it.
Coach, you were pretty fired up on the sideline after the first few possessions on both sides of the ball. What was your message to the team to try to get them going?
The frustrating thing for me at times this year, the standards and the expectations of wanting it more than the other team, playing harder than the other team, having more energy, passion, enthusiasm, and positivity than the other team, I didn't think we had. We looked passive, and we looked a little shell-shocked. I didn't want the moment to be too big for us, and I thought it was early in the game.
Did all the fun times this week have anything to do with that?
Maybe. Anytime we lose a football game, I put it back on myself. So maybe I didn't do a good enough job getting these guys ready to play. I don't know that I don't regret the decision I made, but I think you can learn from the decisions you make. And so I thought it was the best thing for our football team to enjoy the experience, and I thought we were mature enough to be able to lock in and I would say all the way up to game time we did. We still just looked a little tired, lethargic, and we didn't have a whole lot of energy. You know, the other thing about it is, should we have practiced tackling more in the two week leading up to the bowl game? Should we have done more live things that maybe would have helped us? That'll be something that I'll definitely look into. But again, when we lose a football game, it's my fault.
Jeff, did y'all feel tired or lethargic or anything coming into it?
I mean, I don't think so. I thought we handled ourselves the way we should have, and football is a crazy game. Like sometimes you come out flat, sometimes you come out with energy, and it felt normal.
After losing to Western Kentucky, you guys had 2-5. Victor Tucker told us Rome wasn't built in a day. You guys talked about 5 wins. This was a lump, but you guys just reflect all 3 of you on the season itself.
Looking back, I've said this a lot. At that 2-5 mark, nobody was doubting anything. Everybody was just hungry because they wanted to make a stance in this program. They wanted to change something. They wanted to change perception of the city, of the football team. And I think everybody put their head down and they said this isn't going to happen anymore. And it started with North Texas when we rallied in the fourth quarter and carried on from there. And it's contagious. Winning is contagious, and so is losing, and in all sports. And to see it catch fire in those 5 wins and see the smiles on everybody's faces and to see everybody just want to keep going and just get better every single week and make a better stance than the week before, it's special to watch. And I'm looking forward to carrying that over to next season.
Yeah, like football is a really great game, and it teaches you a lot of life lessons. It's taught me a lot. It's taught me perseverance, being consistent, taking that characteristic into all areas of my life. Playing football since I was 6 years old, you learn a lot. It's stuff you don't learn in school. You don't learn it at home. Like my coaches taught me it. So it's been a good ride, and I love my team, and I'm just thankful for all of them, and it's taught me a lot of life lessons that I'll never forget.
As disappointing as today was, I could not be more proud of this group of people and everybody. Our fan base, our city, our administration, our players, our staff. Tremendous effort to get to where we are, and a magical opportunity coming to the Bahamas, a magical season, and we're going to walk out of here and we're going to hold our head really high, and we're going to be excited about what the future of our program looks like. And credit to these seniors in this group for being able to have this type of season and establish what is the first step in what we expect to be a really, really good football program.
Thanks, and congrats on a great season.
Thank you. Appreciate it, everybody.
Thank you.